But first, Michael Law says it's racist, while many Māori welcome the change. What was Whanganui is now destined to become Whanganui, it seems, or maybe it doesn't. So what's in a name?
Here to thrash out this and other thorny issues is esteemed journalist Jock and media commentator and television producer Claudette. Hauiti?
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
You're esteemed today.
Esteemed.
No, it's good to be esteemed.
Esteemed.
Yeah. We can write it. OK, so what have you made, Claudette, of the Geographic Board's
decision? It's a great day for Māori. It's a
great
day for Māori. Thank God somebody saw sense.
So you've got a handful of people. You've got a handful of people down there who wanted to change the spelling, and the Geographic Board has said yes, you can, but you wait for Maurice Williamson, the minister.
Now,
Morris, who doesn't know where Whanganui is,
of those that
there's 180, wasn't there? 180.
They wanted an H.
180.
That principle. Now, don't go down that road with that principle, because then we should have had Māori seats on the Auckland Supercity.
It's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game. So let me bring it back to the Auckland Supercity.
if you get
Māori
voted
should have had those super seats.
You get the votes, you get the seats.
10,000 marching in the hikoi, 80% of the submissions made and no Māori seats. So don't bring that.
Go down the country again to Whanganui.
What's in a name again?
Well, exactly what is in a name. There is no meaning to the name Whanganui. There is a meaning to the name Whanganui, and the tangata whenua of Whanganui wanted the H put back into their word so that the original meaning can go back into the...
But don't 77% of the residents there say that there is actually meaning Whanganui to them, even though it may not be a Māori word? They still quite like it.
Well, it's not about usage, it's about definition. So on the one hand, they're arguing about usage. We use this name like this, it has this meaning for us, but there's no original definition to that meaning of that name. So no.
So you're not trying to rewrite history?
No, we're just trying to go back to history.
OK. So we're not going to move forward, going forward.
We are moving forward as a nation, collectively together.
I like
Do you think we will move forward? Do you think Maurice Williamson's going to go for this? Or?
Next week it will be forgotten. People will still call it Whanganui. They'll spell it in any way they like. I will still write letters to somebody at W-A-N-G, whatever it is. Not that I write letters to Whanganui. I've only been to Whanganui by mistake once. But, I mean, this is what's going to happen. Claudette's quite right. It was a mistake. If it was a mistake, correct it, and let's get on with it. It's a storm in an alphabet, really.
OK, let's get on with the rest of the week's news. Greenpeace protesters on the back of a ship carrying palm kernel. Well, did they achieve their objective? I suppose we were all talking about it, haven't we?
Well, they achieved their objective in that they manipulate media coverage for these events. The thing is, in fact, all of the stories I read about this, it didn't actually tell us what the problem was with this palm oil stuff. None of them actually told us that they were supposedly chopping down...
but that's a media thing, though.
Chopping down trees somewhere else and doing away with nice things in the atmosphere and planting...
Yeah, and I think that's the fault of the media, not actually digging deep and drilling down into what the issue is around palm oil. So with this particular issue, they focused on the eco-terrorists, which, I mean, that is very newsworthy, absolutely. But the real issue is around the issue with palm oil.
The eco-terrorists, as we call them, manipulate this type of coverage themselves. I mean, if we don't cover it, they're there with their own video cameras and still cameras doing it for us.
And they had very good hot chopper shots.
Yeah.
That was an expensive
great stuff.
I thought they looked. I thought they were great. And I mean, let's face it, that's their job. That's what they do, and they did their job, and they got the recognition for it. And car pie to them, I say.
A issue close to your heart, Jock, being a man of the courts. Weatherston gets 18 years minimum non-parole. What do you think of that? Was that
I was picking more than that. I was picking 20, and then I looked at some of the comparative sentences for other convicted murderers, and I noticed that 18 was in line with what others had got, which I still think is too low. I think that a person in his situation who has shown no remorse whatsoever, he's continually blamed his victim, he will do his time hard, and I think that he should have at least got a minimum of 20 because of that factor.
I mean, his lawyer said that he said to her, people don't see me in my cell at 2 a.m. in the morning and I feel really bad about this situation. But he didn't say, I feel really badly that I killed this woman.
Yeah, if he's feeling bad at 2 a.m, why not show it at 12 o'clock?
It's his situation. It's his situation. Yeah.
I'm really remorseful about this situation.
Okay,
we're in agreement.
Well, the other big issue of the week has been Labtests up in Auckland and then the various botch-ups that are going on there.
Not over yet.
Well, the thing is, the response has been, we're going to give you a few months to sort it out, and then you're going to lose the contract. Is that enough, do you think? Because, I mean, you know, well, what happens if someone dies because of a mistake?
Yes.
Well, this is a real problem.
Situation, really.
I mean, the thing that has impressed me so far is that as soon as it became publicly obvious that there were serious difficulties, at least you had the Auckland District Health Board and Pat Snedden moving straight in, saying, look, we want answers. Then we discover that 5 or 6 of the so-called pathologists who are domiciled in Australia haven't quite got the qualifications to allow them to practice in New Zealand yet.
But they're on their website saying
and
that
doctors are contacting these guys to discover they're actually in Australia, talking to them. I mean, that's follow the money. There's a money trail here somewhere, and it's going to get worse.
But what do you make of the behaviour of Diagnostic Medlab and the whole thing, hiring fake journalists to stand outside labs and those sorts of things?
That's outrageous. And if it was up to me, I would blacklist them from any other government contract they put their hand up for.
Well, they're going to be the provider, though, that it'll fall to, because, you know, they've got the infrastructure, won't they? I mean,
they do, and I think that's what they're waiting for as well, too. I mean, they're saying that they can take over, you know, if these people fall over. So the other thing is they're both Australian companies as well, too, you know, and so they're 2 Australian companies having a squabble against each other. I mean, where is the infrastructure in New Zealand to be able to do this?
It wouldn't surprise me if you discover, not in the not-too-distant future from this, that the Ministry of Health or the DHBs will take over this work again themselves, which, in my opinion, they should never have given it up. It should never have been privatised. Public health and public safety is something that New Zealand has to keep in its own hands.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to get that with this government, though.
Oh, I think you will.
Even if
I think they've learned from this. If they want to be the government for the next 3 years, they're going to have to work on this one.
Well,
sadly, we both have to leave it there. Claudette Hauiti and Jock Anderson, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Now, up ahead.